Pandaria is a new graphic novel from DC Comics based in the worldwide sensation that is World of Warcraft.
Yes, now as you can probably guess from the title, Pearl of Pandaria follows the adventures of a young Pandaren.
Who are essentially panda people, and that's amazing. That is awesome.
It is pretty cool. Now,
it is.
This Pandaren is called Lily, and she's off on an adventure to find her uncle Chen, along with her bodyguard, Bo, who's
very hardcore.
So hardcore.
So cool. On the way, she encounters goblins, orcs, crazy nature spirits, mad sea witches, and more danger than you can click a mouse at.
Yeah, and there's also a lot about beer in this as well.
Yeah, search for the ultimate brew, and which is weird because Lily is a kid, but I guess she's a panda. Maybe pandas drink beer.
I don't know. Look,
I don't know.
We should point out at this point that neither Sonya nor I are actually WoW players. No. I tried it once, didn't really get into it. I mean, I'm not a big MMO guy, largely because I'm basically antisocial.
He is, and I don't have a good enough PC, nor do I really have the time to dedicate to it.
Yeah, okay. So, we can really only come at it as a standard graphic, without much knowledge of the background of the world it's in, but even with that, I thought it was pretty cool.
Me too. I mean, to begin with, the art style on this is amazing. It's so beautifully coloured and rich, and it's a real cartoony kind of style, which works equally well for the massive sweeping establishment shots, as well as the individual kind of action sequences and the hero kind of bits. I mean, at one point, a panda jumps off a rocket, lands on the ground, ready to do some kung fu awesomeness, and it's amazing.
And you want to see that.
You do want to see it.
That. Yeah, look, Sean Galloway has created some fantastic images here in a really nice visual style as well. But even aside from those action set pieces and the images, which I will admit are very cool.
So cool.
I think the story moves along really well as well, and it's really tightly paced as well. I really enjoyed that. I mean, it did get a little bit wordy in some parts,
some bits.
But on the other hand, you could sometimes go 3-4 pages without any words being said, just, you know, martial arts noises.
Kung fu noises.
Which is always great.
Yeah. I do think Mickey Nielsen did a really good job of writing this, but it must also be said that he writes for World of Warcraft. Like, he understands this world, and he obviously really loves it. And I think it's really shown in this book. It's witty and it's funny, it's well written, and I did actually find myself getting quite emotionally connected to these characters. I mean, at some point, you know, I just kind of wiped away a little tear.
Oh, just a little tear?
I was on a bus. I didn't want to create a scene.
It's always on a bus with you.
I read on public transport.
Yeah, bad
timing.
Yeah, I know. It's fair enough. It's fair enough. Look, I'm going to come right out and say this one's definitely a buy for me. I thought it was a tightly constructed, great visual style. Very little to say negative about this. Definitely a buy.
Yeah, it's a buy from me as well. Once again, we have found an amazingly written, well-created, all-ages comic, which I think is really important because World of Warcraft is such a huge thing. It's nice to get everyone involved in something like that.
Absolutely.
So Pearl of Pandaria is definitely a buy from me.
Bye.
Now, we have been talking about franchises, and there is another person we need to ask, which is our fabulous director, Ben.
Mr. Ben.
What is your favourite franchise? Tell us.
Let's go.
I'd have to go with Uncharted.
Uncharted.
Of course.
Somehow I knew.
Yeah.
Big Nathan Drake fan. Our review of Uncharted graphic novel must have hurt you a little bit.
I'm sorry.
He wiped away a little tear as well.
He wiped away a little tear. He did.
Never mind. You can always go back and play the games.
Play the games.
All right, cool. Well, thanks for that, Ben. And
we're good.
Panda people.
Panda people.